Next we have copolymerization. Copolymerization is polymerization reaction in which mixture of more than one type of monomer species are allowed to react and form polymer, which is called copolymer. The copolymer can be made not only by chain growth or addition polymerization but also by step growth or condensation polymerization. Means copolymer belong to both the categories. For example, terylene is copolymer of condensation polymer, whereas the Buna-S is copolymer of addition polymers. So it contains multiple units of each monomers used in the same polymeric chain. For example, a mixture of 1,3-butadiene and styrene can form addition copolymer, which is popularly called Buna-S. This is the way how Buna-S is prepared. This is 1,3-butadiene. This is styrene, which is also called phenylethene. Or reaction, polymerization, they will result in the formation of Buna-S, which is called butadiene styrene rubber. It is used for making automobile tires. Next we are taking natural rubber. Rubber is a natural polymer and possesses elastic properties. Therefore it is termed as elastomers and has variety of uses. It is manufactured from rubber latex, which is a colloidal dispersion of rubber in water. This latex is obtained from the bark of rubber tree and it is coagulated with the help of acetic acid to get natural rubber. So acetic acid acts as coagulating agent and we get natural rubber. This is the structure of natural rubber. The monomer of natural rubber is isoprene. We also call it 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene, which gets polymerized. Its cis form gets polymerized to form natural rubber. Therefore, it is called poly-cis isoprene. And if we polymerize trans-isoprene, we get rubber-like substance called gatta parcha. Natural rubber may be considered as linear polymer of isoprene. Isoprene is a common name. IUPAC name is 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene and it's also called cis-1,4-polyisoprene is another name of natural rubber. Now rubber is not suitable for low temperature and high temperature and it is less elastic and it has wear and tear resistance. It does not have tear resistance. Therefore, we need vulcanization. Vulcanization consists of heating a mixture of raw rubber with sulfur and an appropriate additive like diphenylamine, which acts as an antioxidant, and also carbon black, which acts as a filler and makes it hard at a temperature range 373 Kelvin to 415 Kelvin. On vulcanization, sulfur forms cross links at reactive sites of the double bond and thus rubber gets hardened or stiffened. This is the structure of vulcanized rubber, which is hard and more elastic and it can weld at high as well as low temperature. That is why it is used for making automobile tires and it has more abrasion resistance, that is wear and tear resistance. It is used in manufacture of tire rubber. In the manufacture of tire rubber, 5% sulfur is used as cross-linking agent. Next we are taking synthetic rubbers. Synthetic rubber is a vulcanized rubber like polymer which is capable of getting stressed to twice of its length. However, it returns to its original shape and size as soon as the external force is removed. Thus, synthetic rubber are either homopolymers 1,3-butadiene derivatives or copolymers of 1,3-butadiene or its derivatives with another unsaturated monomers. Preparation of synthetic rubbers. First we are taking neoprene. Neoprene or polychloropene is formed by free radical polymerization of chloroprene. What is chloroprene? Chloroprene is 2-chloro-1,3-butadiene. On polymerization in the presence of free radical initiator, we result in the formation of neoprene where two double bonds which were on terminal carbon has changed to the double bond in the middle and the terminal double bonds have been changed to single bond. We get neoprene. Neoprene is non-inflammable due to presence of large number of chlorine atoms. It has superior resistance to vegetable and mineral oils, so that's why it can be used for storing vegetable and mineral oils. It is used for making conveyor belts in coal mines because it does not catch fire, and gaskets and hoses are also made up of neoprene. Next we are taking Buna-N. Buna-N is obtained by copolymerization of 1,3-butadiene and acrylonitrile in the presence of peroxide as a catalyst. 1,3-butadiene, acrylonitrile, peroxide is used as catalyst, and on polymerization we get Buna N, which is also like Buna S and used for automobile tires. It is resistant to action of petrol and lubricating oils and organic solvents. That's why it is specially used for making oil seals, tank linings, etc. Next, we are taking molecular mass of the polymers. Polymer properties are closely related to their molecular mass, size, and structure. So the growth of polymer chain during their synthesis is dependent upon the availability of the monomers in the reaction mixture. Thus, the polymer sample contains chain of varying length and hence their molecular weight is always expressed as average. So they have high molecular weight and their molecular weight is expressed as average molecular mass. Next, we are taking biodegradable polymers. A large number of synthetic polymers do not get degraded or biodegraded and they are resistant to environmental degradation process. Therefore, they are responsible for accumulation of polymeric solid waste material. These solid waste cause acute environmental problems and remain ungraded for quite a long time, and some of the elements, if we eat polythene, they die because they are poisonous in nature. Certain new biodegradable synthetic polymers have been designed and developed. These polymers contain functional groups similar to the functional group present in natural biopolymers. One example is poly-beta-hydroxybutyrate, copolymer of beta-hydroxyvalerate, commonly called BHBV. It is obtained by copolymerization of 3-hydroxybutanoic acid and 3-hydroxypentanoic acid. PHBV is used in specialty packaging orthopedic devices because it is biocompatible and in controlled release of the drug, for example, the coating of capsules. It is biodegradable, that is easily attacked by enzymes and biodegraded and does not create pollution. 3-hydroxybutanoic acid is one of the monomer, so large number N molecules we take. 3-hydroxypentanoic acid is another monomer, large number N molecules we take. These will condense together forming polyester. This is type of polyester, but it is biodegradable, PHBV. Extensively used in these days because it does not create pollution. Next biodegradable polymer is nylon 2, nylon 6. It is obtained by copolymerization of glycine, which contains 2 carbon atoms, and aminocaproic acid contains 6 carbon atoms. That's why it is called nylon 2, nylon 6. This is also biodegradable and it is used in post-operative stitches. Glycine is one of the monomer. Again, another monomer is aminocaproic acid. Caproic means 6 carbon atoms in total. So total there are 6 carbon atoms. Amino group is there, so we call it aminocaproic acid. We can also call it 5,6-aminohexanoic acid. Reacts with glycine and result in the formation of polymer which has this one repeating unit. It is called nylon 2, nylon 6. This is also biodegradable and does not create pollution. Let's take up some other commercially important polymers. The first one we have polypropene. Monomer is propene and this is the structure of polypropene. It is used for manufacture of ropes, toys, pipes and fibers. Polystyrene, the monomer is styrene. This is the structure of polystyrene. It is used as insulator, wrapping material, manufacture of toys, radio and television cabinets. Polyvinyl chloride, which you must have heard, PVC pipes. Vinyl chloride is the monomer or chloroethene, IUPAC name. This is the structure of PVC. It is used for manufacture of raincoats, handbags, vinyl flooring and water pipes. Urea formaldehyde resin. Urea and formaldehyde are its monomers. This is the structure of urea formaldehyde resin. This is a thermosetting plastic used for making unbreakable cups and laminated sheets. It is similar to melamine formaldehyde resin. Glyptal, this is the class polyester. Ethylene glycol and phthalic acid are monomers. Phthalic acid here means benzene 1,2-dicarboxylic acid. This is the condensation polymer. Results in the formation of repeating units which is called glyptal. It is used for manufacture of paints and lacquers. Bakelite monomers are phenol and formaldehyde. This is thermosetting plastic of phenol and formaldehyde. These are the repeating units. It is used for making combs, electrical switches, handles of utensils, and computer disks. It is heat resistant and does not melt on heating.